Thanks for staying with us for TV5 News at 9. It's another edition of Ask the County. And joining us this morning is Saginaw County Treasurer Tim Novak. We appreciate you being here.
Good morning today.
Yeah, good morning. This is really interesting. You're talking about a new service at the County Administration Building. Tell us what the goal is of the Saginaw Court Legal Self-Help Center.
So really the goal is to offer guidance, tools, and resources to help folks that are going to represent themselves in court. It provides them kind of that access to get some aid, if you will. And I can't provide legal advice, but they can kind of provide you guidance as to what documents you might need, procedures in court, and things like that. So it's free, and it's a public resource. So think of it, you're representing yourself in court, and you're super intimidated because it's an intimidating environment. And this is a place to kind of, before you go into court, to get all your questions answered.
So this could be something like a traffic ticket or even a civil lawsuit?
Yeah,
or?
so anything from, types of things like a civil thing,
Okay.
A family matter, landlord-tenant, small claims, personal protection orders, or traffic and criminal. So any one of those types of things that, you know, you're not using an attorney for, that you can navigate the system on your own. This is a tool now to help, you know, bring down the anxiety and help you, you know, come up with the right things. I've been up in the court for a lot of landlord-tenant and seen some stuff, and it's very intimidating. And you know, the judges can help guide you along, but it's better if on the front end of it, folks kind of know what they're getting into, and you know, what better resource to have something free there, easily accessible, and you can go. And they have access to public computers with printers and scanners and things like that as well.
Oh, wow.
And so you could do your legal research there. So it's not just a place to kind of drop in and grab a form. It's actually without getting an attorney, it's a full service, you know, legal help center.
Wow. Now where is it located?
So
is it open regular business hours?
It's in the basement of the courthouse. So if you come on in, you ride the elevator or stairs down, it's just to the left of the elevators there, you'll see a room. And their hours are 9 to 4:30. No appointment necessary. They kind of take walk-ins. So you can come on down there 9 to 4:30 Monday through Friday. It's really a neat resource to have for folks to use.
Yeah, and these are staff, I'm assuming people who are able to guide you through the legal process, not necessarily an attorney, but someone who can say, hey, here's your next step.
Correct. You'll be greeted by a legal navigator, and that person can kind of guide you. You know, these are the forms you need. These are the procedures you'll see when you go into court. So folks that have knowledge of the system and what you may need, and once again, not providing legal advice, but providing that, you know, answering some of those basic questions so that you can focus on your case and what you may need moving forward. And then they have access to community resources and legal help centers. You know, maybe you do need some help from somebody, and there's access to that down there that they can help you find. Maybe you need something a little bit more higher level.
Interesting. Now, when someone's visiting for the first time, do they need to bring documents? What do they need to have on hand?
I would bring what you think you would need to ask any of your questions, you know, and think about, you know, if you're building a court case, you have a landlord-tenant thing, maybe it would be bring your lease, right? Your lease agreement that's signed, things like that. So anything that you would have, I would think would be a good idea. You know, if it's a property dispute with your neighbor, make sure you bring in, do you have a legal description of your property, or maybe you got a survey done, or anything like that. I mean, think about those types of things you're going to need for court as evidence, right? And that's kind of the key. When you go to court, they're looking for written types of things, proof and evidence of things. So as you're going to navigate the system, you know, those are the kinds of things, you know, court's looking for, and you're following the right procedures, and do you have the right documents?
Now, if somebody is wanting to get some help, if they already have an attorney, do they need one, or can they use it if they do have one?
So this one is totally set up for folks that don't have an attorney.
Okay.
That's kind of the way it's set up for them. So you know, it's, if you had an attorney for a case, I mean, I'm sure you could still utilize this, you know, as if, you know, maybe you're just trying to answer some questions on your own to make you feel better and comfortable about what's happening. That would be fine. But it is set up for folks that don't have an attorney. There's a lot of things you can do in the legal world without any people coming to our office, and you know, you don't need an attorney for a lot of this stuff, but you need some guidance to, understand what forms to use and things like that. And that's what this is for.
Now, is there any self-help tool at home? Anything people can access there?
So you could set up through the Legal Self-Help website, you could set up an online portal at home. You could do your work through home where they create a username and password and then come to the Legal Center and print off your documents or finish anything at the Legal Help Center. So if you're more comfortable at home and have a computer, you can set up an online system or an online area and then come on in. There's printers and scanners, and sometimes we don't have those at home, right? We have a computer but don't have access to those types of tools, and they provide that type of service here for you once again for free.
And there's a lot of things that you do need to do, that you need a scanned copy of something. And
yeah, and just you can do it with a phone, but it's not the
No.
same thing as a scanner, and it's just something you want clear, you want them to be clear and concise. So having those types of tools available is really a cool thing.
And what is the website? How do folks access it if they want to get that account you mentioned?
So I think the best thing we do is go to SaginawCounty.com, use the Saginaw County's website, and go to the tab for the Legal Self-Help Center. And then that has all of your information in there and has a link to where you can create your online portal. That would be my suggestions. Use the Saginaw County's website.
This is a very unique service. I haven't heard of anything like this before.
It's super cool. It's been there for a few months. It's new, so we're trying to get the word out to the public. It's there for them to use.
Wonderful. All right. Well, we also want everyone to know out there that we will have a link for you at WNEM.com. Right at the top of our homepage, you'll be able to click on hot links, and then that will also take you there. And remember, too, if you have questions that you'd like to ask the county, we want to hear them. Just send them to WNEM at WNEM.com. Tim, thanks for being here.
Thank you very much.